Teams, have a good race, buddy.
Cheers, yeah. Race to DC. It's always apprehension when you're starting.
We are currently in Shelter Bay Marina in Panama on the Atlantic side. We are back in our home ocean after transiting the Panama Canal in the last couple of days. And we're about to start race number 12 to Washington, D.C.
We're going up through the Caribbean, past Cuba and up to Washington, D.C. That's probably about a 1,500 mile race. Should take probably 10 to 12 days.
Can't wait to get out there and put the nose towards north.
We've talked a lot about going into here, and yeah, we have been DC the whole time. We've been chanting DC, DC all the way around. There's a lot of talk about us at the moment, which is nice. This is sort of our moment, very important to this, and it makes us feel quite proud.
Purple or red on top? That's right, yeah, that's Pride Month, June! We're hoisting the LGBTQ plus flag on the Washington DC boat. This is a fleet-wide thing. We all got the flag back in the last port.
Today is race day. We're starting race 12 heading from Panama to Washington, D.C. We just practiced a couple dry runs of our Le Mans start, and we're excited to get going.
Everybody to get ready to put their engines off.
We are approximately 250 miles north of the Panama Canal, and we are about to start our last but one Le Mans start for this edition of the race. Le Mans start allows us to have a fair start without having a committee vessel or a start line. The big thing about it though is the crew cannot go forward until the zero, so it's a bit of a race forward to the mast and who can get the sails out. Psychologically, it's really good. If you can get a good Le Mans start, it psychologically settles the crew down and gets them into that racing mode straight away. Right, 40 seconds guys, 40 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Go, go, go. Pull, pull, pull.
Very good start, ran very nicely by Nano, the skipper of Punta del Este. So we are now on way to Washington DC, our home port. It's about 1,500-ish miles of racing, 1,700 miles of motoring. Yeah, we're very excited to finally be on our way, actually go see DC, our home port. We're very excited, so yeah, let's sail as fast as we can.
Day 2 of racing. We've had pretty windy conditions over the last sort of 24 hours. Died off a bit now, but through the night we're putting reefs in and out just to keep the boat maximum power. We've got Deadly just off our port side who we're slowly overtaking, and BCF off our starboard side who we're kind of matching pace most of the time. Some of the time we're just creeping a bit faster.
We are in the Caribbean Sea, and as usual it is upwind toward Haiti and Cuba. So we've been slamming up and down. It's very hot and hard work down below, but beautiful up on deck. We've had sun this morning, the clouds came in as well, so it didn't get too hot. In regards to the race, we are at the back of the fleet, which is a little bit disappointing. We couldn't quite take our advantage that we had at that high end of the line. Our biggest rival, Washington, which is just behind me there, so we're just trying to keep them off and keep trotting up.
Bob and Greg's Pancake House, we have pancakes, followed by pancakes, or you could have pancakes. And they're going down really, really well.
Can I have a hot buttered one?
Around the world map, as you can see, knocked to scale, and we've printed off a mini little washi, and we've been moving him around as we go from country to country. And now I think we're up by Jamaica, so he can move this guy up a bit.
We are currently in the Windward Passage. It's quite patchy, the wind. It's you can see on the speeds of the other boats around us, there's varying of about 5 knots between different boats. In the future, we've got to wiggle through the Caribbean islands with our mandatory gates.
We are in stealth, so you won't actually be able to see where we are now. We will be coming out in a few hours' time, actually. We have a tactical decision to make in the next few hours of which gate we are going to go through. We've got the opportunity to go through mandatory gate 1 or 2, which is going to the left of Great Inagua Island, or we can go to the right and go through mandatory gate 3. Due to the wind direction and strength, if we go towards gate 1 or 2, there is very little wind. So at the moment it's pretty positive looking going through gate 3.
Passed through the Caribbean and now heading towards the ocean sprint.
In the Atlantic Ocean?
Yes.
Proper?
Yes, proper,
Yeah.
proper.
You didn't say that.
Okay, David says Atlantic proper.
We are about 700 miles from the finish, so we're making excellent progress. We've crossed the Tropic of Cancer, which means that we are now in the subtropics and we are into the Atlantic officially. Some quite fun news, which is Halong Bay and Zhuhai got enticed into the scoring gate, which is great news for us because they've come off of the run line whilst we've stuck straight on it. And so whilst they've been battling away for their extra points, we've managed to overtake them. So now we're polling 2 spaces higher than we did last night, so that's great news for us.
We just started the sprint. Perhaps this is our moment, see? Yeah, perhaps it's the moment that we've been looking for. Wind's picking up. Yeah, spears, all good. We have just crawled over the ocean sprint start line, but we are very optimistic that this time tomorrow we'll be in 25 knots of breeze from code 3 up. Should be some nice fast downwind sailing.
Today is day 7 of the race. It's been raining since last night. It's been wet, it's getting cooler. And we're still in the ocean sprint, but not really moving. Yeah, sprint.
We've had a bit of a problem-solving opportunity this morning. A bit of a front came over, went very, very quickly. It was nice, gentle breeze, and we went from 9 knots to 30 at the same time. We had a 108-degree wind veer at the same time. And the code 1 took exception at that and decided to have a hissy fit and explode and go into the water.
We are now 14 miles from the nearest boat and we're gaining, currently doing about 10 knots. This morning we were wind hold and now we're going 10 knots and I'm hanging on. It is bonkers, lights, camera, action, but we're getting there. And 3 days to Washington DC, bring it on.
Well, this is squirrely for our acquisition progress.
There is a low that is forming, a low pressure that's forming around here, and it spins like this. So this leading edge into it is going to hopefully, this is what I was talking about the other day, we're going to get on that and it is going to be quite strong wind behind us. So if that does materialise, that appears, we will get going. It will happen, we won't stay in here forever, we know it. it, we've been here before. It will fill in and it will hopefully, and that will really catapult us towards the end. The finish line is just south of this little TSS here. In front of us there's a really long band of this cloud here, and that is the highlight of the Gulf Stream, which is a very, very strong current which heads along the coast of the US and then out into the Atlantic further north. So yesterday we found the Gulf Stream, that really worked in our favour and propelled us around the corner. As we were coming around this corner, around the bottom bit, we found that the wind was kind of coming exactly where we want. We kind of went up the Gulf Stream a little bit and then we threw in a tack, and as we kind of came in, we sort of headed into land like this, but as we kept going, the wind veered and we've quite smoothly now spun, and I think we can actually point straight towards the finish at the moment. So hopefully we will get this race ticked off at some point tonight.
We are tantalisingly close to the finish. We are about 18 miles away from the finish. The wind has died right off. We're down to about 5 knots. If we sail to the finish line, we are not going to make the RV to get into DC on Monday. That would leave 30 hours bobbing around in the bay. So the crew have had a bit of a discussion, and we've spoken to the race office and we have got permission to start our engine and take 11th place. We've got punter down to 13 miles and DC down to 22, so it's not the finish we wanted to, but we had a good race this afternoon in terms of getting back within the mix.
It was a shorter race, but it felt like, there was a lot going on, so it's taken quite a lot of energy. It's quite tiring. We had lots of different conditions, lots of things, so to get to the end it feels great.
Definitely wasn't an easy race. We're all very excited to finally be motoring into our home port. So just finished the race from Panama to DC. We're motoring now into the Chesapeake and up the Potomac. Excited to get into DC in a day or so for a beer and a burger.
We're so delighted to be hosting you this week. Good morning. Normally I wake up to a cup of coffee, but waking up to a yacht is a beautiful thing. So I want to officially welcome the Washington, D.C. team to the nation's capital here in Washington, D.C.